Good afternoon once again, Internet, and on a cold winter's afternoon, such it is out there, let's liven our spirits with a little bit of reggae. So, in our last video, we talked about playing quavers. So that is a note that's worth half a beat, where we play two notes of the beat. We played 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And so what we're going to do now is look at playing just on the up or the offbeat. Now this is very, very heavily associated with reggae music. But the truth is there is no style of music where being able to deal with the offbeat or upbeat is not required, it's not necessary in some way. So what we'll do now then, we're going to use the Bob Marley classic Three Little Birds, or rather I should say a song inspired by and similar to but not the same as the Bob Marley classic Three Little Birds to demonstrate this. So what we're going to need to do here is we're going to need A, E and D chords. And our full chord sequence is 8 bars long. We're going to go A, E, A, D, followed by A, E, D, A. So as always, if you're used to watching these videos, you'll know then that we like to pick our way through the chords first to make sure that there are no discrepancies in the chord voicing. If you haven't gone and watched any of our earlier videos, stop right now and go back and watch all of them, because otherwise this isn't really going to make a whole lot of sense. But for the rest of you, we'll carry on. So let's go around these chords. A, E, A, D. And then the second half of the verse we're going to use the same chords, change the order. A, E, D, A. So take a moment and practice around those chords until you're completely confident with them. Okay, so you're back. Let's go and do some strumming then. So what we'll do first is just play these without a beat, just in free time, get a handle on how this feels. So tap your foot, give yourself a little pulse, and I'm going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 Now, a couple of things to notice. You'll notice that although I'm not strumming the strings, I am still moving my hand for the downbeat. I'm just strumming the air. Now, it's very important to do this in order to keep the hand moving at the same tempo all the time. If you don't do that, your hand is going to be very stiff. You're going to be essentially guessing how long the pauses between chords are. And the whole thing is, it's not going to sound together at all. Now, let me show you what I mean. You see what I mean? It's straight away, there's no flow there, there's no pulse. So it's very important to keep the hand moving at all times. Your hand should be moving like a pendulum. Constant speed, it's that keeps you in time. Now, some of you, younger ones particularly, may find that you struggle to pick up these rhythms, struggle to do the chord changes in time. That's fine, not a problem at all. What we can do is take 1 or 2 steps back. If you can't find that offbeat rhythm, then let's just try clapping it. Clapping is a very, very simple motion. We can all do it. So let's put a nice slow beat on the metronome. This is 60 beats per minute for those interested. And first let's count it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now I'm going to try clapping just on that offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once you've given that a try, let's try playing through that, keeping that metronome going, and now playing the chords 1 and 2. Let's try putting the volume back up and playing the chords 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E and 2 and 3 and 4 and D 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and now let's punch up the track. Here we go. That's where the end of the track is. Okay, so that gives us a sort of a rough guide then into offbeats. Now the next thing we're going to look at is a topic called syncopation. Now this is a brilliant word. This is a typical piece of music jargon for a very big, scary sounding word which we can use to throw around to impress people. But essentially it's a very simple concept. Basically syncopation is you make the rhythm interesting, and you do it by putting the chord in places you don't expect and not putting it in places that you do expect. And we do this by combining rhythms that use downbeats and offbeats, combining downbeats and offbeats in the same rhythm, excuse me. And here is a very famous example. On purpose, just to defeat the algorithm. Okay, so what we've got there then, again our favourite chords of the day, A, D and E, so we're going to need to go A, D, E, D, and as always take a moment, arpeggiate through those chords, make sure you can hit them nice and cleanly. Next thing we're going to do is just get used to playing half a bar on each chord, just with a simple crotchet rhythm, quarter note rhythm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next thing that we're going to need to do is just change that rhythm ever so slightly. On beat 3, we're going to move the chord from the downbeat to the upbeat. We're going to not play on the 3, but we're going to play on the and. So we're going to play 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And what we'll do first, again in deference to our younger viewers, is just take a moment and see if we can clap that rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. So the foot's tapping on the 1, 2, 3, 4, but we are clapping 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. And now let's try playing that just on the A chord to begin with. 1, 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2. And then the next thing we're going to try and do then is let's put all that together. So we've got our chord changes of A, D, E, D. We've got our rhythm pattern. Let's give it a try. We'll just start by just tapping the foot, and then we'll try it with the track. So that's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. go. So that's given us a brief introduction then to jazzing up our rhythms a little bit more, and from there we'll start to take a look back at minor chords as our next big topic, and then we'll talk about pulling the whole thing together so that you guys can take what you've learned and use it to play literally thousands upon thousands of songs. So we'll leave things there. Do please remember, like, share, subscribe. May not look like it, but this is very much a one-man show on begged, borrowed equipment and in my less than copious free time. So all likes, comments, all that sort of stuff, all very much appreciated. Even if you should tell me that it was rubbish, well, great, tell me why. Tell me what I can do to improve it, because I'm not going to know unless you guys tell me. So, that being said, I'll see you in the next one. All the best.